Hey everyone, Alan Redman with Streamline Landlord Service. In this video, we're going to continue the pre-authorized debit tutorial. In the previous video, we talked about registering for PAD, and that involved you entering some information about you or your business, as well as the banking information where funds are being deposited, and you went through the process of submitting your photograph of your ID plus taking a selfie just so we can validate that you are who you say you are. Once that's all done and approved, you'll receive an email, and let me just show you what that email looks like. This is my second time doing the video, so I actually deleted the email, but I just have it in my trash here. But Streamline LS, pre-authorized debit application status, and this is just letting you know that you've been approved. Okay, so once you see that, you can come into the platform here, and the first thing we need to do is get permission from the tenants in order to, pull rent from their bank accounts. So if we go configure, set up PAD for your first tenant, select a tenant. So we have John Doe here. Let me just show you my current setup as well. I have one property, one tenant, John Doe, and the rental agreement between John Doe and that property. And the rent, I've set the rent to be $1,000 per month. So let's go ahead and configure this. We can set up PAD for our first tenant, John Doe. There's two different ways to do this. We can send him this PAD form, permission form electronically, which basically means he's going to get an email, and that'll be his prompt to give permission for you to withdraw the funds in this manner, as well as he'll enter in his banking information. If you don't want to do that, you can go with email standard PDF form to tenant and click send. That will send the an email to the tenant, which just has a standard pre-authorized debit permission form that he can print out, fill out, and give back to you. So this is more of like the traditional way of doing things. Maybe he wants to return it with a void check. I don't know. And then once that happens, once the tenant gives that back to you, you can fill in the PDF form by clicking this right here. And then that'll show you bank name, transit number, institution, and account number. This is the tenant's banking information. Just fill that in and click save. I'm going to do the PAD form electronically, so I'm just going to go send. So this message says, okay, the email's been sent to John Doe, and here's his email address. They'll be prompted to enter in their banking information, whatever, right? So we'll just go okay. Now I'm going to switch tabs over to the tenant's email address. So we'll click refresh. They get this request. And basically it says your landlord would like to sign you up for pre-authorized debit. This requires your permission, so we can fill out the form. I'll click that button. We've got their full name here, their email, their bank. Let's just say it's RBC. I'm going to put in some fake data again. And they have to accept the terms and conditions. I allow Alan Redman to debit my bank account. And this will be your name. This will be the landlord's name. To debit my bank account based on the terms and conditions. Give permission. And then we're all done. If they have an account, they can click here and log in to the account if they desire. But that's all you need from them. And then you can just go ahead and delete this. Actually, let me switch over to the landlord's email. So here's the landlord's email. You'll get a notification stating that your tenant, John Doe, has given permission for pre-authorized debit. Right now, we do have the limit of $2,500 in one day. So if your rent is more than $2,500 for the month, that's no problem. Just contact us, let us know, and we'll get that all straightened out on our end. But it's just something that we have to do. We have to deal with these banking limitations from time to time, but they're all everything we can resolve. So let's click this set up PAD for your tenant. Oh, sorry. We've already done that. Once everything's done, normally you wouldn't just have this screen open, but you can go ahead and refresh, and we can see that John Doe now shows up here. So we can see that he has no monthly payments configured and no one-time transactions configured either. We're going to go over that in the next video, but basically that's been the whole process here. So in this video, what we saw is the landlord received a notification, first of all, that PAD, the application, had been approved. Second of all, we showed you how to get permission from your tenant in order to set up monthly rent to be taken out of their bank account. So in the next video, we'll talk about scheduling monthly rent payments and any one-time transactions that you may have.